Hello, good day once again. So this presentation is about receptionist, patient queuing, patient verification codes, and patient authorization code verification and uploading, as well as on patient, as well as the claims with the authorization code, the importance of the authorization code, as well as the patient verifications. Okay, so once the receptionist is logged in, the first page the receptionist sees the receptionist saw is this one, main dashboard. So on this main dashboard, there are all of the modules, all the system modules are displayed. So the receptionist have to navigate or have to click the A and E or GP and administration. Inside the A&E or GP administration, there's this left sidebar. From the left sidebar, there's a navigation menu which says reception. So when the receptionist click on the receptionist can see a new sidebar drop down with active queue for either lab or a clinic or a radiology or a hospital. Then there's this one, patient management button. Then if he clicks this one, patient management button, it expands other buttons. It expands the other main buttons. So this one, other main buttons, is either add new patient, existing patients, then patient visit clinicals, medical examination, patient bookings, and other main buttons. So we need mainly to focus on the existing patient and patient queuing. So on patient queuing, if you click on existing patients, it shows all the list of all the patients in the system. Then this one, patients, you can search for a patient, you can yes, you can search for a patient, then you can queue a specific patient into the queue. So to queue a patient, there's this one, 3 dots buttons at the right. Then it shows different types of queues. It's either lab booking, radiology booking, admit patient, this one for hospital, this one for laboratory, this one for laboratory. Then for A&E or a clinic, the different type of queuing types is either patient consultation, patient review less than 3 days, and all this one type of queues, they are not fixed. They can be added, they can be removed. So so to queue the patient, so we need to focus mainly on the label queuing, radiology queuing, as well as the clinic queuing. So to put the patient maybe for consultation, to initiate the clinic flow, let's say we need to put the patient into the consultation room first. So we have to put patient consultation. So once you click on patient consultation, it then opens a new page form where you have to choose the type of the queue. So it's either it's either consultation queue or a patient's treatment. Sorry, it's either doctor consultation or a treatment room queue. So it's either the patient needs to get into the doctor's room first before any other into the clinic floor, or the patient needs to directly into the treatment room. So if we need to put the patient into the doctor consultation, we have to click on doctor's consultation standard. Then this one red bars on top, these are the previous patient visits. It shows the pending arrears from the previous visits. So if I click next, here, This one is the page where we have to verify the patient details. For example, this one patient, it's a medical aid patient. So first of all, we have to verify the medical aid details. For example, which one medical aid, First Mutual, Plan, USD, and all other medical aid details, suffix, all these one medical aid details, we have to verify them before we queue, because once the visit or once this one patient visit is initiated with these one plans and this one treatment plan for medical aid, it can be altered in the middle of the flow of the clinic flow. The bill will be only directed as a medical aid bill, and everything is directed directly into the medical aid bill, and it can be altered if the patient queue initiates as if the patient payment method is initiated as a corporate, it can be altered in the middle. So it's very important to confirm the payment method at this stage, as well as to confirm the medical aid details. So once we verify the medical aid details, before we queue this one patient, it's also important to save the patient's authorization code from the provider, from the service provider, or from the medical aid. So to save this one code, it's either you get the code from F263 direct. So if you click this one, it will redirect to the page to get this one code from F263, then it saves for this one patient. Or you can call the provider. Once you call the provider, you get the verification code. You click here, save external code. So here we can save the code. This one is just a demo code, then you save. Once you save, it verifies that the patient's authorization key saved successfully, as you see. Then once you verify this one medical aid details, we also need to verify the patient's contact information. This one include email and phone number. For email verification is not at this stage, but here we can verify the phone number. So before we send the OTP code here, we need to verify if the phone number is correct. If the phone number is not correct, for example, here we omit a digit, or this one, the last digit is not the correct one, we can alter here, and then we can update this one. Once we updated this one phone number, we can say resend this one code. As you see, this one send verification code to this one number. Once we send this one verification code to this one number, the patient will receive the OTP or one-time password, then then we can type in the one-time password here. Once we type in the 4-digit one-time password here, we can then proceed. It means that the patient phone number or the patient contact is correct. If the patient is not receiving the correct phone number, it's good if you have to confirm these one digits again until the patient receives the contact. In case the patient is not receiving the OTP, you can then request to override this one OTP stage, because if there's no OTP, you can't proceed. If you can't proceed, it means you are able to override, but to override you need permission from the supervisor. So you type in the message here, patient can receive the OTP or whatever message. Once you type in your request, then once you press the request, the supervisor will give you the OTP. The supervisor will give you the OTP to override this one patient. So once you confirm this one and the phone number is verified, the medical aid details verified, You can then proceed here, then you can put the patient into the queue. This one is a medical aid patient, then the consultation fee is $35. However, the medical aid is paying $5. It means there's shortfall of $30. So there's need of the receptionist to to admit this one fee of $30. So once you make the payment, the patient is then is in the queue now, can proceed to vitals, doctor's room and treatment until we get the claim. So at the end, we're supposed to get the claim for this one patient. That the last stage, and this one claim we're supposed to use this one authorization code. Already we have this one authorization code. So this one is for the clinic or the A&E. So we need also to check on the queuing for the lab. So for lab or radiology, we also, as we mentioned before, we have this one button, lab booking or radiology booking. If you click on lab booking, then it appears a new form. So this one form will appear. So at this one form, first we need to verify the patient information as well, the patient full name and everything. Once we verify this one, we verify the payment method. Since it's a medical aid, we then need to get the authorization code or auth code from the service provider or the medical aid. So once we get this one authorization code, we put the authorization code here. Then the second very important point to note, if you are queuing a patient into the laboratory, if it's an external request, if it is an external request, it means that this one laboratory request is directly from the from BMC doctor or from BMC. It means we have to put the lab request number. If you open any patient's if you open the patient's lab request, from the patient lab request, you can see the lab request number. So once you get the lab request number, you can then put the lab request number. For example, if the lab request number is 1234, if it's this one lab request number is for this one patient, you will see that it will indicate in green that the lab request form found. However, if it is not the correct lab request form for this one patient, you will see the indication in red. This lab request do not belong to this patient. Maybe it found, but it's not for this one patient. So you have to put the lab request form for the correct patient. Once you get to the documents, you need to get the correct lab request number. However, if this one lab request is not from the internal doctor or is not from the internal, maybe it's from external. So here we need to upload the lab request image, the image of the lab request from the external doctors. Once you upload here, at last you need to choose the laboratory. For example, maybe we have the BMC CBD laboratory, we have Samuel Center laboratory, and then we have BVD Medical Center laboratory. You have to choose the correct laboratory where the investigations are going to be carried out. Once we choose the laboratory, we need to select who referred this one patient. If the referral is from a different medical center, we have to choose the referral here. However, if the if you can't see the referral here, it means we have to add this one referral into the system. You can say add new referral. You put all the details of the referral, including the AFOS number, as this one AFOS number is very important, as well as the email of this one service provider. The email and the AFOS number, they are very important, because those service provider, they're going to be notified once the results have been authorized successfully or are published, and they're very ready to be seen or to be okay. So then the other one, a very important point, after verifying all this one details, we also have a patient contact number or a phone number. This one is also very important, because once the results have been published, the patient need to be notified that your results are ready for collection at whichever laboratory center the results were being carried or they were being investigated. So you have to verify this one phone number. First of all, we have to check the phone number is in the correct format. This one is not in the correct format. We have to put 263. Then once we put this one, we have to update this one phone number. Then if the patient receives the OTP, we can then put the OTP here. If the patient didn't receive the OTP, we have to resend the code here until we receive the correct OTP. It means the phone number is in the correct format. Once we receive the OTP, we can put it here. But in case the patient is not receiving the OTP, we can override this one queue and we have to seek for the request. Then after that one, we can proceed in choosing the laboratory test and everything. Like as usual, we check the tariff code, we check the cash price, we check the medical aid price, we add to list, we choose different laboratory tests to be carried out. So this one is for laboratory booking. Same as for radiology booking. We have the same outlet. We have patient verification, payment method, authorization, auth code from the service provider, radiology request number, the image, the provider, service provider, and as well as the radiology. We verify phone number. We then choose the examinations needs to be done for the patient. So this one is for queuing. So the very important point for patient queuing is to verify the contact number, to verify the email, as well as the authorization code. If it's for laboratory booking or radiology booking, please put the request number as well as the referral. So once the process is done, it's either the patient goes through the flow of the clinic from vitals, doctor, treatment, observation, until to the claims or billing, until into the billing queue or claims queue. We then get our patients in the claims queue. So in the claims queue, it's either we get claims, then what we have clinic claims. Here we can see list of the claims for the clinic or lab or radiology or ambulance. So in the clinic claims, you can then open this one claim either by tariff code or by NAP code. You open the claim form, then we have all the details. All the details are already verified before, so it means all of the details are correct here. The service provider details, the patient details, Then we get all the procedures done, the tariff codes, and we can then verify everything here, patient history. Then the authorization code. Once you put the authorization code, it's very important. We have to see the authorization code here. It means it is to process the claim now. So you can then either email this one, send to the provider through email. We choose which one from email, made the BMC billing, then we choose where to. This one is for CMAS, so it's already populated. It is already populated the email. For CMAS, we put the subject, we put the message, then the document is already attached, then we can send the email here, or we can download this one document as Word document. Once we download this one as Word document, we can maybe send it through manually. We can send it manually, or I don't know, whatever action. Then this one is the clinic claim. Remember, we also have lab claims. So once we click on lab claims, we have a list of all the lab claims. So this one, lab claims, as you see, there's email status. This one is already sent through email. This one are still pending. We can open claim, this one claim. If we click here, we can then open this one claim like this one. Then here we get our authorization code. Remember, we've just put the authorization code at first, then patient signatures, all the details. Here we put the referral, we put the AFOS number, then we have to verify the tariff codes of all the investigations carried out. Then the diagnosis automatically picked out as we put the lab request. The ICD-10 code already populated as we have chosen the lab request, and then the lab request form is automatically extracted from the system and then is displayed here. So here we have two options, either download the claim. If we click here, we can then download this one claim form, or we have to send this one claim. If you click here, email claim option, so we have this one button to send through email. If we click here, we have to choose where this one from billing, BMC billing to email. Then we have to put where do we want to send this one email. We have to put the copy email, subject, message. Then this one claim form is already attached here. We can then send this one email. This one is same as on the radiology, is same as this one for laboratory. Then we have a list of laboratory, the authorization code, the patient codes. So the importance of the phone number, once the results are published, the patient can then get the notification. So this one is for the receptionist. This one is the short presentation. Thank you.